Hello and future investors, it's Mike with Diamond Hand Stock Picks. I'm here today with another video trying to make us some money, find the best stocks, the cheapest prices, the ones that are going to pay us off the biggest when the market starts going up again. Right now it's pretty red and a lot of you are looking at it, pretty grim, not looking too good, but the way to look at it as this is an excellent stock market to be buying stocks. The ones you already own, if they're going down, don't bother looking at them. It's going to be like a roller coaster. They're going to go up and down, up and down, up and down. Right now there's a huge correction going on in the market. I feel pretty confident that everything's going to come back up. It's going to be a while. We got a lot of different things going on with bonds and the feds. Some people trying to get over on the man with the GameStop, AMC, and so on and so forth. And the big hedge funds, they're not going to be bullied. Right now I think what they're doing is they're shaking up the market and they're trying to get rid of all the people that, all the weak hands, so to speak. So that's why I'm here to tell you, hold on to your stocks, don't worry about it. They're going to come back up. Unless the company goes out of business, the only way you're going to lose money is if you sell. So if you could, hit that like, subscribe button, ring that bell for notifications. You'll be notified when I have these videos, and you'll be one of the first ones to hear about the good stocks, good buying opportunities, and you'll be able to benefit from all this research that I'm trying to give you for free. I don't ask for anything else in return. All my hopes is that you make a lot of money, and me too. All right, so on that note, let's get right into it. The first stock I'm going to talk about is CCIV, Churchill Capital, which is taking Lucid Motors to the market. Everybody knows about Lucid Motors. This stock ran all the way up into the 60s. I think its high was $63, $64. It got pretty far up there, and it held for a while, for a few days as a matter of fact. And then the market started correcting and started selling off. Right now, it's at $24.33, which is an extremely good buy. This stock is going to be, a few years from now, it'll be up there. It'll be a $100 stock. It might take a few years because they don't even have cars in production yet. They're supposed to give out like 6,000 cars this year, sell 6,000 cars or put them on the market. Now I think it's like under 600 or something. So, they're having a rough start, and thus the reason for the stock price. That and a lot of people didn't do their addition correctly when these were coming to market. When this was coming to market rather, because they had it very undervalued, and Wall Street had it very overvalued, in my opinion, considering that they're not, generating much revenue at all right now. They're pretty much just spending money. But this is a great play. Lucid Motors is going to be a huge stock. I'm holding strong. I didn't sell one share. I didn't even sell it when I got up to 60. I believe in the company. I know it's going to be a $100 stock eventually. If I have to hold on to it for a couple years, so be it. That's what I'm going to do. I'm definitely not going to sell it $24 because, that'd be giving all my money to somebody else pretty much. And that's what Wall Street likes, the big hedge funds. They'll get us to buy up all these stocks. We'll get them up to the top, then they'll sell them off. They'll make all that money, they'll drop it down, and we're usually the bag holders. That is, unless the company is solid and you believe in the company. And I believe in Lucid Motors. I believe in their technology. If their technology can rival Tesla's, they have no concerns. They're one of the biggest rivals to Tesla in the Americas, anyways. So I have no doubt the stock's going to come back up. If you want to sell at the bottom, you can. I don't think you should sell at the bottom. People say sell for tax purposes, this and that. Unless you're making millions of dollars, you don't really need a write-off. And you can only get $3,000 in losses written off on your taxes. So, don't look to be saving $1 million by selling your stocks short. All you're doing is shorting yourself. So I'm holding on to this one. Like I said, it's at $24. If it goes down to 20, I'd load the boat. It might be a little bit longer play, but within 1 to 3 years, you're going to be right back up in these highs. You could be up in these highs towards the end of the year. All they need to do is start making cars. and they have a facility to do that. They have all the means to do it. All they need to do is start pumping them out, and this stock's going to climb right back up. So I wouldn't be worried about selling this one. If you have some spare money laying around, and see it's gotten down to 22.89, if this thing gets back down towards 20, which I don't know if it will, I myself personally, I'll be picking up some more shares. I still think it's a solid stock. It was a really bumpy start. XPEV, XPeng. Everyone knows this stock is going to do great. It's in the Chinese EV space. China EV space, sorry. And they have the biggest EV market in the world. And there's only a few manufacturers over there that really have a good chance, at getting a big piece of that market. And XPeng is definitely one of those that are going to get a big piece of that market. I think even here at $48, this is undervalued at its highs. And down here at under 30, I mean, that's just a steal of a deal. This thing makes its way down to $25. I'll be selling something to buy more of it because, I see this being a $100 stock easy in the next 1 to 3 years. Like I said, China's EV market is a lot bigger than America's, and all they have to do is expand, into different countries. And XPeng is going to be huge. It's a solid company. The only thing with the EVs right now, there's a semiconductor shortage. But there's going to be companies that are stepping up to make those chips. So, I don't see it being a problem for too long. Corona or COVID kind of put everything back a little bit. Everything, production pretty much stopped. So as soon as those chips get, back online again, these are all going to rebound pretty high. And like I mentioned earlier, they're just a lot of things going on with the market, a lot of things going on with the government. There's a lot of hedge funds that are mad about, trying to be shorted by the retail investor. And I don't know. I guess it seems fun. It even sounds kind of cool. And even, Chamath Palihapitiya, he got on board with it. And, it's all fun and stuff and games, but those hedge funds have billions and billions and trillions of dollars. They have unlimited amounts of money that you and I couldn't even fathom. So you don't really want to go push them around and think you're going to get away with it. I honestly think that most of this market correction is them just shaking out the weak hands. They're getting rid of the people that they feel don't belong in the stock market. They're getting rid of the people that I feel do belong in the stock market. That's why I'm making these videos, telling you guys be strong, don't sell your shares, don't worry about it. I think it's going to rebound. Like I said, unless your company's going out of business, the ones that you're invested in, you shouldn't have anything to worry about. And if you research and you do your due diligence and you check these companies, then you should have nothing to worry about. You should know that you're invested in a solid company. And these things happen in the stock market. As a matter of fact, corrections happen, I believe, every year or two for forever. And even after huge crashes, the stock market finds its way back up to the top. I mean, it's been about a full year now, I guess, since the market crashed, almost last year in 2020, and it made a full correction before the end of 2020. Now, that's ridiculous. That's less than 9 months. So there might have been a little bit of bubble there, but I think it's going to come right back. And all these dips, I'm just using as buying opportunities. That's why I'm just showing you these are solid EV plays. EVs are going to be huge. In the next 5 to 10 years, the number of EVs and charging stations and EV battery makers and lithium, all those prices are just going to continue to rise. They're just going to go up and up and up. There's nowhere but up from here. And they are a thing. It's not something that we think is going to happen. It's happening. Tesla pretty much pioneered it, and now everyone else is playing follow the leader, and they're doing a pretty good job. Speaking of doing a good job is NIO. This one came up from the 60s, just like Lucid. Lucid wasn't worth 60 right off the bat. It will be though. This one came all the way down here to under 40. That's a screaming price. I mean, that's a great deal. That's just a good price. If you don't buy NIO at 40, you should. I can't say anything else. Yeah, and it's even down to 37.43 after hours. I mean, tomorrow morning this thing might drop, even more. This thing gets around 35. I mean, down to the 30 range. Oh man, this is an easy $100 play, I believe, this year. I mean, they have their EV battery swapping stations where you just pull right in, battery comes out, they give you a new battery. So with NIO, you're never going to have to worry about battery envy. And oh my gosh, these new batteries came out. They give you 700 miles. This will give you 900 miles. They have a battery swapping station. So no matter what, you're always going to have the best battery with this NIO. They're going to be huge. I mean, I could easily see this being a $300-400 stock 5 years from now. I have no doubts in my mind. And they're pretty much pioneering, leading the way in China right now with the way they sell their cars. They sell them without a battery too, so you get an instant $10,000 discount. So they're doing it right. They're solid. They're selling cars. They're making numbers. They had one bad month, which is why they're selling off. But I guess people don't understand that Chinese New Year, every year the Chinese people don't work. They celebrate, and they have every right to, because they're some of the hardest working people in the world. So this last quarter, the sales being down shouldn't be a shocker, but apparently it scared off some investors, so it's leaving us a great opportunity to buy. Like I said, even at $40, I think this is a great buy. At 37 or 35, if it keeps going lower, I mean, there's nowhere but up for NIO. There's nothing that's happened to this company at all. They're a solid company, and they're a money maker. And no matter what you buy in from 37 to wherever, anything under 40, you're going to double up your money. And I think by the end of this year, I mean, I'm that confident with NIO. NIO is, I think, second to Tesla. ChargePoint, they're one of the biggest charging station providers for EV vehicles. They have the most charging stations in the United States. They're going to make more and more and more and more. And under Biden, he just wants more green power. And well, we're hoping anyways that he sticks to that. This one's here's been riding 40 for quite some time. And it came all the way down to $24. After hours, it's down to $23. I mean, they have the huge part of the market. I mean, it was really high. It was up to 80% at one time. They're getting a little bit more competition now. So I'm pretty sure, they're still probably 60 to 70% of the market share, which is huge because, the rate all these EV manufacturers are going to be pumping out the cars. They're going to need charging stations. You just don't see one Chevron here and there. You see a Chevron, you see a Shell, you see an Arco, you see an AMPM, you see a Love's, you see a Flyers, you see gas stations everywhere. So you're going to need these charging stations. And I think ChargePoint is going to have a big piece of that. And at $24, I can definitely see this, being around $60, within 1 to 3 years. So, I mean, I could see almost a triple up from here. Again, I've seen these ChargePoint stations all over, so they're already in place. They've been in place for years, so they're kind of ahead of the game. And at $23, that's a steal. And it looks like the market might correct for a while longer, so you might even get a better deal. This might drop under 20, which would be a great buy. Like if you got money. That these are all good plays. They're all going to double up, from here. The market's just correcting, so don't be paranoid. The shares that you already have, they'll be back up to where you bought them if you bought them high. All these I bought below where they are now, so my portfolio is still safe. But these are getting back down to when they first came out, great buys. And they might get down back to this, $15, $16 range. And if they do, that's excellent because you get in there at ground zero. It's like a lot of the SPACs right now. A lot of the SPACs are at $10. Well, they don't go much below $10. I think you get between $9 and $10, even if they don't, even if you get your money back at the end of 2 years if they don't find an acquisition. So SPACs right now, you can get some good ones, and there are some good ones out there, but that's a whole different episode because there's a lot of SPACs. I mean, there's just a ton of them. but there's some big ones to make money on. Maybe I'll make another episode about SPACs this weekend. Li Auto. Li is, I would compare Li to Lucid pretty much, but Li's actually pumping out vehicles. So Li's actually ahead of Lucid and trading at 22. Li's always been this little underdog. I think the highest it ever got was up like 43, and that was just for a moment, and then it came right back down. It's been trading around 30 for a while. 30, 35, kind of trading sideways. Down here at 22.32, after hours 21.19. It looks like this is going to be dropping below 20, which is, we're getting all these brand new again, like they just came out. So, we get to skip all this stuff, buy at the bottom, and then, once you buy at the bottom again, you get to ride it right back up to the top. So there's a lot of opportunity to make money here. This stock at $21, I could see Li easily by the end of this year. All they need is a couple good catalysts, a couple good numbers. They could be $40 at the end of this year. So, it's almost a guaranteed double up if you get this under $20. I'll definitely be buying more if it dips under 20. I own shares of CCIV, XPEV, NEO, ChargePoint, Li, CLII, and Tesla. I own shares of every stock on this list. So I'm not just speaking about new stocks. These are stocks that I've owned for a while, and I'm bringing them up to your attention because you get to buy them how I bought them, 7-8 months ago when they were at their bottom. So you get to jump in right here at the beginning. So, that's why I say looking at a red day, with the sense of, of anger or sadness, you shouldn't. You should be really happy because you actually get to buy these stocks right back here at ground zero again. This thing's only $5 away from, when people are just pouring into it. So, really good opportunities here. And Li, like I said, they're already making money. And they're in China, the biggest market, in the world. So, it's kind of a no-brainer. That thing dips below 20, which it looks like it will. Screaming deal. And I think it might even make it all the way down to 15. All right. CLII. This is EVgo. This is fast charging. They have the fastest charging stations. And like I said, you're not going to just see, you don't just see one gas station out there. You see a few of them. This one is huge over in Europe. They have about a quarter of that market, and they are definitely, they want to, go around the world. They want to be in India. They want to be in China. They want to be in America. I don't know if they're glad I'm in China, but, if the technology is right, and it makes sense, I don't know why you wouldn't want them, in your country. So EVgo is the fastest charging station out there, and people aren't going to want to sit there, at a store forever and ever and ever, waiting for their charge, for their car to charge up, waiting for the charging station to fill it up. So this one here is probably 4 times faster than ChargePoint. Technology changes. ChargePoint will probably get faster eventually. Right now, EVgo is the fastest. They're trading at $11.60 in the after hours, and they're up here, $20. And I thought at $20 that was a good buy, considering they're in Europe and they're probably going to be over here in the States soon. I mean, at $11, this is a triple up play. I mean, easily. This could be one of those ones that go up to $50 and $60 within 3 to 5 years. It just depends on where you want to park your money. But this is a good play, and I definitely have some of my money parked here. And, I see this stock going up to 50 or 60 easy in 3 to 5 years. No problem. It should double up from here, this year. It's all about, it's kind of like the 5G. When the 5G rolled out, everybody started talking about 5G. All the stocks went up. Then nothing happened because we weren't ready for it. We didn't have enough satellites. We didn't have enough communication. We just, the world wasn't ready for it. So it just kind of like disappeared. All the stocks kind of went down. Then they kind of went up again, and everybody thought we were ready to roll out the 5Gs, and then they kind of went down again. I think 5G will be here by the end of 2021. And all your satellite stocks and all your space stocks, and they're all gonna go up again, and you're gonna make some money. We could make another video on those ones too, because the 5G sector is going to be huge and it's coming quick. EV sector is going to be rolling out for the next 20 years. So it's a good thing to get in now at the bottom and just kind of ride that wave up to the top, because there's a lot to ride right now. And you know, all these prices 5 years from now, you're going to look back and go, oh my goodness, I could have got EVgo at $11. Oh man, wouldn't that have been cool? You know, you don't want to be one of those people talking about, oh my God, I could have got, you know, all these ones, NIO at under 40, and XPEV under 30, and LKCO at about 20, you know, CCIV at 20, you know, oh my goodness, oh man, we would have been rich. So don't be one of those would-have-beens, you know. Do your due diligence, research these companies, and if you think they're going to be here in 5 years, you're probably going to have a big piece of the market, because they're pioneering this. And there's going to be a lot of followers, but you know, the first ones there are usually the ones that get the big portion of the money. And then here's the grand poobah of them all, the big daddy, Tesla, which is trading up here at 800s for a while, 860, you know, 870, just killing it, all the way from $400 back in November when we were buying it, and all the way up to 868. So September, October, we were actually buying it 400 before they got into the S&P. So yeah, they're up here to 800s and all the way down here to 600 even in the after hours. So this is going to drop below 600. I'm going to tell you something about Tesla. It's a scary stock because it's so much money. But at $600, 5 years from now, when this is trading at $3,000, you're going to think $600 was cheap. I mean, all these stocks, you know, these solid stocks, and look at Amazon. Who would have thought that would have went up to almost $4,000? You know, I mean, Tesla is going to be a $2,000 or $3,000 stock. And it's coming soon. They're just not about EV cars. They have the solar on the roof that supplies the power. They have the battery backup in your house that stores the power. And then you have the EV. So you get the Tesla car, you know, you park it in your garage, and you're filling up power that you're making for free from your solar. Well, you know, you pay for your solar, but you know, you're not paying as much as you would for PG&E. So you're just paying for the system. The sun's doing all the work. So Tesla has you know, they got it pretty well rounded out. They got everything you need. It's a one-stop shop there. So, you know, if they don't get up to, you know, $3,000 within, you know, 3 to 5 years, you know, I'd be shocked. I mean, I don't see it happening. And right now at $600, I mean, that's an amazing price. And if you don't have $600, put in $300, buy half a share. And that half a share is going to double, triple, go up 4 times. So I easily see this going 4 or 5 times in the next 5 years. It's just a solid company, a solid stock, and Elon isn't going to stop. You know, he's just in it to win it. And those are my favorite CEOs, because those are the ones that are going to make you a lot of money. All right, you guys, don't forget to like, subscribe, ring that bell for notifications so you can get all this juicy info on all my videos. And thank you again for joining me. We'll see you on the next one. Don't forget, only invest in stocks you love, and hold on tight with diamond hands.